Aren't we going to have a silver issue in terms of supply?
TD Securities opened a fresh short in silver around $78, told the market it's headed to $40.
Well, if you bought silver, you should sell it now.
Costco just experienced a run on silver so severe.
And cue the fire. We are repeating 2020 all over again. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels, we have some issues with Costco. Remember when you're like, oh my gosh, I just pooped myself, I need toilet paper. And they're like, we'll give you one. Well, that's what's happening in silver. Where you used to be able to get one and the lines are wrapping around the building. Someone just posted on X, Costco begins restricting online silver orders to 1 10-ounce shortage. This right here. So I clicked on it. Just rather have one of those hot dogs right now. And it is out of stock for $1,699.99. So I cannot even get my silver anymore, but they have gold. But you have to be 21? What the heck? You guys going to drink it? Still there? Yep, we're good. $4,579. Maybe I'll beat the rush, get gold, and use 4%. You got to think, right? It's some saving. And then we'll throw it on buy now, pay later. Hey, good, might be a good stock right now. I'm just saying, you know. The orange guy, he's like 10% cap on credit cards. What about these guys? And I've been saying this for a decade. When you go to Costco, you know, get your hot dog as you're pushing the cart through. You have indigestion. Pick up a silver bar. And I said at some point you will thank me. Also, I was the dude that did have the toilet paper before everyone went and got it, because I've been preparing people for a very long time on this channel. I was like the savior on my block. They're like, hey, Bravo, I heard you had toilet paper. I really never understood anyways. I'm like, just, you know, after you go, just jump in the shower. Honestly, since we are all friends on this channel, and I feel like I'm going to be vulnerable, how many of you guys have not pooped in the shower? Come on, raise your hand. At least once. I have to admit, yes, I have been. Then you find out, you're like trying to push it. That was the last time. It's like the corn gets stuck and you're like, why didn't you process? Looks about the same as going in as coming out. Thank you, Monsantos. Also, so why, you know, so we learn. We learn from experience. That was an experience I've learned from. Excuse me, banks, you don't want to short when stock or silver or gold or platinum is doing this. But it looks like that's what's happening. Silver squeeze panic and other bank scrambles to exit. Desperate short. So we have banks that are desperately like, how do we get out of this? And then other banks, let's just say from Canada. I would like to speak for all Canadians because I think we could all come together on this one. Your entire government is like, whoa. Canada is like the equivalent of, and I, because you're America, right? North America. We're all Americans here, so we can talk like this. You're the kid in the back of the class with the helmet on. Canada liquidated its gold reserves for an average of just 100 and I put it on the chart. This is funny. I'm like, you couldn't have sold your silver, your gold, everything at the lowest possible ever, and it was like on the perfect day. And it's been straight up ever since. 4.3 billion. You guys would be sitting on $162 billion today. And let me just give you the benefit of the doubt, Canada. You guys are probably buying it now. Yes, Canada is a major gold producer and exporter, but the Bank of Canada currently holds 0. All right. My apologies if you hear screaming in the background. Kitty brought her dog to work today. This is kind of embarrassing. I'm so, he's fine. I'm so sorry, buddy. Took Kitty to a game, was it last week? And I asked them for a refund. 3 points, Frisco. VIP seats, I want my money back. That was embarrassing. So today probably won't look too good. But anywho, on Wednesday, we have an analyst that's right below the, no, that's above. An analyst is above a strategist. So the analyst at TD Securities, you'll know this because watch this, published their latest trade. Please, for the love of baby Jesus, don't tell me you're shorting. If you're like, why are you using Jesus? I just came back from church. Baby Jesus. It's the same God. I could say baby Jesus. I could say toddler Jesus. I could say junior high school kid Jesus. They're saying they're shorting silver futures. They're shorting. Stop. You're jumping in front of a moving freight train. So, hey, you guys, you may want to short TD. It looks like Big Dan Holly, senior community strategist, TDS says, short position in March. in March. Oh, you're trading futures. Okay, I got it. Okay, ADHD, keep reading. 78 an ounce with a target of 40. At the same time, the Canadian bank has a stop loss at 92. While people are buying, they're selling. They just go to Costco, say, hey, I'd like a bar. Say, get in line, there is none. But we have toilet paper and paper towels if you want one of those. We're talking about price targets. I don't even know where you guys get these. I mean, I could do it because I read charts. Price target, Canada. So my Canadians, yeah, the crowd goes wild. Canada thinks silver's going to 40. Sorry, whenever Big Mike, right on my chin. We have Canada screaming 40. We have Bank of America says 309. Let's calm down a little bit. We have silver disappearing. People are heading to their vaults, finding nothing's in there because it's a bank and they don't hold anything except for debt. But the charts, now I'm going to show you some new ones. Just showed you this one maybe yesterday, the day before. This is breaking out. This is like in a few hours. We're going to find out if it goes up and you make money or if it goes down and you make $801 and no cents. But on the 2 minute, look at how beautiful that is. So you guys just have minutes left. You're like, how do you know this? Well, this is what I do every day. I'm going to guess it's going to break higher and go up there. But if it breaks lower, it's going to go down here and bounce there. Now I want to show you something really interesting. We're going to do this one. Also, if you would like a course on this, I even give it where you have it's all settings. You just plug it in, click a button. You don't have to search for anything. That's my futures course. See, silver futures. You're currently in a bull flag, and that is a pennant. That is on the 2 minute. Oh, I did say, $199 for my futures course. It's a little advanced. If you're brand spanking new, start with my AI one. $399, and you get 2 courses, my AI and you get my bear market course, which maybe in the next 20 years will actually go through a bear market. Your government allows it. But let's move this down here and go to 3 month. And I say that without a lisp. We're going back to 1970. I was actually alive and kicking. But what you need to see here is a gigantic cup and handle. Now I'm gonna measure this for you. I'm close. Okay, there we have it. That's the cup area. That's the handle area. You see? And going back over the last few years, we'd talk about this and you'd ask me, I'm like, I typically don't like measuring going back 55 years. But for some cool reason, charts, you can drop it to the 1 minute, to the 1 hour, to the 4 hour, to the 3 month, 55 years. And for some reason, the fear, greed, panic, everything that you are when you buy and you sell, it all just rinse and repeat. I would like to show you where the price target is on this, and let's see where we is at. I'm going to measure this, and this is what you learn these things in the course. Be a lot more smarter than college. And I'm going to pull down to the very, very bottom, and then I'm going to carry my price target. If it crosses that line right there, it's going to go up there. Magic. Actually, on this channel, when it did that, I was like, here we go. Now you might be saying, well, you just hit price target. Yes, you did. As a trader, this is where you click sell button, take profit, and then you wait for said pullback and you buy more. Right about that point, 1/4 of my audience, all you hear me saying right now is sell your silver. I'm not saying that. I am also not calling for a top. Although, if I was a trading man and I turned on just one indicator, it's time to take some profit there, Jerry. But that would be trading futures, which you get a better tax advantage. See, if you just trade SLV, they're going to be 38% plus state plus this and that. Now let's change it because it depends on the time frame. And here is silver on the 4 hour, and I could go all the way back. This is so healthy. Look at that. That's beautiful. Actually, you could swing it up, take profit, swing it down, swing it up, take profit. It just swings. See, purple? That's as far as it'll go. Like a rubber band. That's why I designed it. It's like pull, 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 pull. I mean, does a rubber band change color a little bit? But then, you're stair-stepping. Bink, 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 bink. We got to keep binking. You also have to bink yourself above that purple one up there that it said 789. You have to. If you don't, you are sitting on a triple top. And yes, your pullback, if you can't get above that, your pullback, because you get exhausted. You're like, I'm just done. We're not getting any higher. Like here, you couldn't get higher. There, you couldn't get higher. Here, maybe not get higher. It will give up. You will give up, and the shorts will apply pressure, and then you'll come all the way down, and it's always 69. I don't know why it's that lucky number. I personally think it smells a little bit. This is just preference. Now, moving over here, what do you guys want? 1 hour, 15 minute? I mean, on the 2 minute, it's a great trade. A 4 hour, it's a great trade. Again, ding, 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 ding. And you should tomorrow. So this video, we'll label it, it's going to happen tomorrow. Silver needs to make a decision on the 1 hour, and it's either going here or it's going there. When everyone asks me, where is silver going? I don't know. Depends on what time frame you're trading on, but each one is accurate. If you're trading on the 3 month, you hit price target. On the pixel, 55 years. Wow. Would I want to be one of these TD analysts and shorting silver? No. Not when you're above the 200, riding like a rocket ship. You have super mega greed, FOMO. I stay away. Maybe right now you should stick to the chocolates or teddy bears. I don't know. But anywho, here's some things that really, I actually asked my genius macro friends. They couldn't answer this. You see, we are in a debt-based system. That's 98% of all money is debt. It's derivatives. Yes, it did start with gold and silver. It's kind of like yeast. How did you make that bread get so big? You got to start with something. I remember looking at the Fed's balance sheet. You can look at it right now. You'll see gold on there. And I'm like, if it's a debt-based system, why does the Fed have gold? And they said, I have no idea. But the truth is, it started with gold. And a lot of people believe it returns there. Like that is your base layer. So after all the debt and the derivatives, derivatives, the big word, it all explodes. And that's quadrillions. It all goes back to gold. But I want to teach you some things that maybe you don't know. And if you do, hit subscribe. So this guy's kind of kooky. For education purposes, I did teach this. I have a master's degree, almost finished a doctorate, even though that means absolutely zero. But getting back to the Federal Reserve, they do nothing. They have a balance sheet. I know people are like, the Fed go burr, the Fed don't go burr. Treasury go burr, your bank buys the burr. They then put the burr on the Fed's balance sheet. Woohoo! And I know what you're thinking. I didn't learn that in college. They told us different. And I say, well, shocker. You're telling me the elites that created the system and brainwashed you may have tricked you? You do know that the elites that created this, their whole system is based on debt and not paying taxes. And how do you do that? Well, I'm glad you asked. Hence, click the subscribe. I'll tell you even more. The Federal Reserve didn't buy gold in 1930. That's when the Federal Reserve was created. By banksters, where you could buy shares of it. That's what I want to own. Man, I mean, the return on that, trillions. It was established to manage existing U.S. gold reserves. So they actually got it from the Treasury. I found it. That's why the Fed has a little bit of gold on their balance sheet. You see, they got it from the Treasury. And truth be told, you really don't need the Fed. But they control interest rates. No, they don't. Maybe the 1 month when people arbitrage the stuff. But this debt system without the Fed just doesn't have that octane. So here, I'll explain. The Treasury creates a bond. We'll just say it's $100, just for sake of argument. The Fed doesn't buy the bond, okay? Just hold on. Just seeing if the Fed is even necessary. Your bank buys the bond with your money that's in your bank account. Right there, the process is complete, supply and demand. Bank then gives the Treasury your money, and they're like, well, what kind of social program should we spend this? Hold on. Gavin Newsom's calling. Yes, sir, you want to solve homelessness? Oh, wait, you cut out? Let's do a bullet train? That's a good way to spend your money. But the problem is, what if the demand's not there? Well, that's when you're like, no one's buying our bonds. How about other countries? No, they're not. So that is where the Ponzi scheme of the supply and demand, the Fed comes in, they're like, here, we'll take them, and we'll even pay you a little more interest. How about that? And then here's another thing. If you ever need money, we'll lend it to you. See, the Fed lends. They don't spend, just like this. The Federal Reserve did not buy. Fed lends. The Treasury spends. That's like your wife. And because we are in this debt-based system, it's harder and harder for anyone to survive. And like what I've been telling you since the beginning of this channel, buy assets. Assets feed you, liabilities eat you. Buy assets, buy real estate, buy land, buy anything. But if you had to prioritize it, I would say gold, silver, Bitcoin, land, real estate, things that pay you passive income. And then we don't have Great Depression, which we're currently in now. Even though I'm pretty sure that these people going through the Great Depression would switch it for these people. Because these people are like, when can we have like warm water? Look at what we are going through right now because of this Ponzi scheme. Some people call it money printing. I call it debt printing. In a debt-based system, money is debt, 98% of it. How do you make money? You create a loan. How do you disappear money? You pay it off. In a gold-based system, you can't get rid of this. All it does is just switches hands, which we kind of had it. We did have it. And then Tricky Dick is like, hey, we're going to make a lot of money. If you ever want to know what really broke everything in 1971, watch any chart, go straight through. Look at this. Today, 52% young adults live with their parents. Great Depression, 48%. Hey, that's really putting some points on the scoreboard. It's actually worse now. Well, kind of. But hey, parents, teach your children about money. Tell them to subscribe to Johnny Bravo, even though he can be kind of inappropriate, but not really, because I know you talk to your friends like I talk to you. I don't use any profanity. You've never seen my areola. Kidding? No, it's different. Make sure you own assets, the things that governments, these are liabilities. Everything in here is just a gigantic plethora of liabilities. Stay away from that. Gold, silver, it looks gold, okay, and maybe a little tasty, until and then maybe the government will come take it. And if you're like, America, my government, I'd have to get through my Second Amendment before I'd give up. That's just how it was. That was the 1933 gold bullion, coins, yep. Give us your gold. We'll give you this really cool paper stuff, and then we will devalue it. So I would say in the end times, this stuff should get pretty cool. And I have been saying, I believe a pullback's coming. Just remember, 69, maybe even lower. Take my course, chart it, you'll see it. I really want to see that because what's happening is not a healthy pattern. You want to pull back, okay? And you're going to break one line, you're going to break another, and I can see it all in my head. It's a triple top. Just come down. Just gather momentum. Then you buy it. This at the same time you're learning about trading. That would be learning about charts like this, even though that's the wrong hand, and making your 801, then you take that 801 and you go buy gold and silver. Then you wait for the rug pull, everything to go, and then the government steps in, whatever. I mean, it's good stuff. And imagine when they're like, we need to have gold and silver. We need a new we got to reset this thing, where you have 40% gold backing. This was the Federal Reserve, because you lose faith. You're like, I don't believe in this debt-based system. We need gold. Some people are like, it could be Bitcoin. I wouldn't do that. And then the other half of my audience is like, it'll be XRP. Also, if you want to see disinflation or serious deflation, that's this right here. Also, everyone hoards it. This is your base layer. You can build on top of that, because if everyone understands that the sheets of paper, that goes to zero, I don't hold that. So if I ever sell this, it's to buy assets. And someone in the comments section, you guys sometimes get me. Like, what a buffoon, what a clown. He's buying real estate in a bear market. I'm like, yeah, I also bought silver in a bear market. I also bought gold in a bear market. It's kind of that buy low, sell high thing. Also, to clear up the argument, because I hear this over and over, he sold his silver. And people are like, no, we didn't. Here, I will say it again. I sold 25% of physical, still holding 100% of my gold. I used that 75% to purchase 2 real estate deals, which over the last 6 months, this is mind-blowing for me, they've appreciated at least $2 million on each side. So that is $4 million. That lot more than I made in silver. And then on those real estate deals, now listen, if I could, I just would have put that, I would have taken out a loan against the gold and silver. Did not. This is a billionaire thinking. This is what they do. But you buy the real estate, okay, class, and then you put humans in them and they pay your real estate off. And then it's free and clear. At the same time, you have passive income. What I found, this doesn't provide passive income. And not just that, even this, not passive income, but it's fine, okay? That real estate, thank you, Donald Trump, big, beautiful bill. I can depreciate 100% onto the regular asset stuff that I sell, where they're like, oh, you give us 38% plus 15. No, you see over there, I'm going to depreciate that and carry it over there. It is genius. That's if you're rich. This is why I created this course, $1 million, to get you there. Because I know once I get you to the 1 million, you could get to 2 and 4 and 8 and 10 and 20. Then I can help you. Net worth by age. Where you guys at? If you're between 45 and 49, top 1% is almost 10 million. Are you there? I just want to know the 18-year-old that's worth 700,000. Please do not buy a Lamborghini. 55 to 59. That's my zone. 16 million. Cleared it. And 65 to 69. The 69-year-olds always win. 23 million 9. cleared it. So my job is to get you over here and having cash flow. And you're like, I think I'd like to travel. Which it's a lot of fun until you get jumped in Ibiza. You should check out that video. And it wasn't even Carnival Cruise Line. And with that, I gotta go watch some football. So congratulations to your team. I'm glad you beat Kitty, and I'll see you tomorrow.